Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much again for tuning in to this episode of Ellie on Point, where we talk about biohacking, we talk about the human potential, and today we're going to talk a lot about children's health, parents as well, a relationship with parents, and also the power of neuroplasticity. And today I'm very happy to be presenting a very special guest. His name is Erez Pilz, and he is a Feldenkrais practitioner, a JKA practitioner, and he has been working with kids and parents for a very long time. And today I'd like him to talk about the miracles, the practical miracles that he does with his hands and with his intention. So everybody, please welcome Erez Pilz. Hi, Erez. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm happy to be with you.
Yeah, so Eris and I actually just met online. Eris is a Feldenkrais practitioner, and I am a Nat Banyel method practitioner. So for those of you who are not aware, Anat Banyel was a protege of Moshe Feldenkrais, who is the founder of the Feldenkrais method. Therefore, I learned it under Anat's method, which was transposed for children with special needs. And there is, of course, a similarity in the work that Eris and I do. But what really struck me the most was the ability for Eris to teach the parents to do the work on the children. And this is really beautiful. And I saw some videos where he did some work in Africa. So Eris, actually, before we go to that part, would you be able to just give us a little bit of an origin story, how you started out with this work and how long you've been doing this kind of work?
Well, yes, actually, I think it's important to see a little of the background. So I started actually learning Feldenkrais method 25 years ago, and I was practicing it almost daily since. So there's still from Dr. Feldenkrais, for me, was a big genius, and I see it every day at work. I really see every day at work the ideas and the practice of the Feldenkrais method. About 12 years ago, I was announced that there is a course by Jeremy Krauss, and Jeremy was my first Feldenkrais teacher. So I was very excited what Jeremy is going to bring now, because I knew Jeremy is very didactic and very creative and a great therapist himself. And he was also a direct student of Dr. Feldenkrais. And so I attended the course. And then just after a few segments, a grandmother of a child came to me, was waiting for me in the morning before school, and she said, I saw how you worked with my grandchild yesterday. Will you please work with us? And I told her, look, it's not my profession. I'm just trying here. I just came because it's Jeremy, try to take some of there were many masters from the world coming. She said, no, please, I want you to come, please. So I agreed. And I started working with this child. At that time, I used to go from time to time to Europe, to Germany, to get his personal opinion of the case. I used to write everything, what I did and why. And I used to go to Germany to get his opinion about what I'm doing. So that's how I started. And then another mother came and another mother came. And then one mother told me, look, will you come to Moscow for a group of kids? And I said, yeah, why not? So they organized a group of kids in Moscow. So I went to Russia the first time to work with kids. And since I used to go to Russia actually every month, to Moscow, to St. Petersburg, to Kazan, to Siberia, and then to Ukraine. So I started working actually in the former USSR all over, and Russia, Ukraine, Uzbekistan. And it really became my way of life. Every place they contact me, I agreed to go. And that's how I started going everywhere in this region of the world. Then COVID came, and then I didn't know what to do. I started working online. When I started working online, I understood I want to teach the parents what to do themselves. And then I started really guiding parents through the Feldenkrais methods, not through the methods, how they can practically help their own child. And the idea was, and the idea still is, how to help the child connect with his inner power to help the child connect with his inner will to heal. So I really understood that what I really look for is not so much my skills, it's how to help the child and the family get skills to help the child believe in himself, love himself, and really create his own power of healing. And this is what I do. Since COVID time, I still work online in California, in Jamaica, in Kenya, in some other places around the world, in Kazan, in Mexico City. I still work with parents, grandparents all over, guiding them with kids I've never seen in my life, actually, just via Zoom. And I'm becoming more and more aware of the things you can do alone at home. You don't have to go to a therapy. You don't have to be in the traffic jam. You don't have to spend so much money. How can you encourage your child to develop at home? And this is really what I do.
Amazing. But before we go there, Erez, apologies for interrupting, but perhaps you could just give a description of what the Feldenkrais method is, just so that people have an idea. Also, how we, as practitioners, how we do the work as well.
Yeah, but the Feldenkrais method was developed actually for adults, not for kids. So the method for adults is divided to two parts: the hands-on part, which called the FI, which means functional integration, and the guided lessons, which called ATM, meaning awareness through movement. So it's completely two different ways to approach to yourself in order to know yourself better. And so there are two processes at the same time. One, when you practice, you feel better, you get better, your body is better, you know yourself better. And the other process is really practicing awareness, practicing listening to yourself, practicing observing things. So this is kind of the part that you listen to yourself. The other part, when we work hands-on, is about learning another person. So it's not like to compare like physical therapy and, oh, I'll move your shoulder this way and this way, it will get better. No, I'm searching. I'm searching all the time. Our work, our Feldenkrais way he liked to research. I will tell you a story about what is my understanding of the Feldenkrais way. So I was working with a 99 years old man, and he was doing very well. He was a father of a friend. He was doing well. He used to be happy to the lessons. And so I used to visit him once a week in my friend's home. He was already there. And then once my friend called me, you have to come fast. Papa is not okay. You must come. You must come. He's not okay. He was in hospital and he's back and nothing is okay. Please come. So I will take you. I was in the train. I got off the train close to him. He came to take me to his home, and I see his father, 89 years old man, lying in bed, breathing heavily. It was summer. It was very hot. And the first thing I asked, how does he get liquid? He said, no, it didn't drink for 2 days. And I said, how can it be? Because it was so hot. And, we drink all the time when it's hot. So he said, it's like this. And he said, I have to do many things. Please take care of him. And he left. And I stayed. And I started with the breathing, with the chest, and I tried this, and I tried this, and I tried many things, searching what to do. I didn't see any reaction at all. And I continue all ideas I had for many years of Feldenkrais. I tried this way, and I tried this way. Nothing worked. Then I went to his feet, and I was working on the foot somehow. And then Roger came in, and I told him, look, Roger, I don't want to bother the man. Maybe I bother him, maybe we have to leave him quiet. And then Roger told me, look. He was breathing deeply. He didn't give up. The same power that people have, So I continued a little, but we could see that the breathing is a little better. And then I went beside Roger, near the head of the Solomon is the man. And I asked him, Roger, do you still remember how to speak Moroccans? Because they are originally from Casablanca. So when he was a child, they used to speak I didn't know if he still remember how to speak Moroccan. And I said, yes, of course. I told him, look, now, you tell him, you give him an order. Solomon, it's hot today. Drink water. Solomon, it's hot today. Drink water. And Roger all the time, Papa, Papa, Papa. But I told him, no, Papa. Solomon, you give him an order now. You are the boss, you give him an order. He said it for a few times. Mr. Solomon opened his eyes. We put him to sit. He took half a glass of water in his hand and he drank it. And he was still awake after for 24 hours, sitting with his wife. He was planning with him trips around the world, all the places they haven't seen, etc. Why am I telling you this about Dr. Feldenkrais? It has almost nothing to do with touch. Because if you read Nora's story, which is for me the most important book of Dr. Feldenkrais, it's about how we search connection to the brain. We don't think about the body. We think about the brain. And where did I get this idea from? I will tell you, because how did I think we have to tell Solomon to drink water? Because Roger's mother, when in the hot days, she used to call all the time and tell. And Roger, if the father is 99, Roger is 23 years older than me, so he was at that time maybe 70, you know? So, and still his mother used to call, Roger, it's hot today, put your hat on. So from this, I had the idea that in Morocco, the parents used to tell the kids in hot days, like where I come from, drink water, put your hat on. So I assumed it will connect him to his childhood. Not French, like they used to speak, Moroccan. Not he is the big papa, he is the child that getting orders. I wanted to get connected to his childhood, that he's getting an order and he's obeying an order of someone with authority. At the same time, I made Roger understand that he is the authority. There is no more papa. You have to be strong now by yourself. And for me, this is Feldenkrais. The touch, yes, we have techniques. Other people have techniques too. And of course, I practice the techniques every day with kids. But the real work is to search the way to get into a brain which doesn't function the way we expect it to function. And this is about the Feldenkrais method. This is the story of Feldenkrais method for me. When I make the techniques, of course, I make it. But how to get inside, how to get to be together with a person and give him the right support he needs now to use his brain by himself. That's what I'm looking for. So this is the method for me. What does it mean? It means it doesn't matter which method. It means I'm allowed to learn whatever I want. Any research in the world, any idea in the world, any way is good for me. Any way that may be helpful for me at a certain point to connect with a child, with a mother, with another person that may help him, that put us in a second together and use our force together. This is for me the Feldenkrais method.
Wow, that's brilliant. That is really brilliant. Yes, and I know what's important is also the searching and the, trying new ways, different ways, because if we look at neurogenesis, neurons are actually forming when we fail at something and then we try a new way to do it. Then we fail again, then we try again, and we're actually sparking new neurons. And I think that's one of the important things is the variations, to keep trying to do something in a different way in order for the brain to, yes.
I agree 100%. It's all about variations, how to make the brain spark, like you explained in one sentence, the whole story.
That's amazing, beautiful lesson. Wow, thank you. And how did he fare? How did the 99-year-old man fare? Is he still around, or did he?
No, he passed away soon after, and his wife passed away just 30 days after him. But they were together since the age of 20.
Amazing. And yes.
Yeah, it was the end. I knew it's the end. The room already smelled. And that's why I said why I don't want to bother the man. Because sometimes he said maybe you want to let him go. Maybe he wants his quiet time.
Exactly.
But he woke up and he spent time with his wife together. And it made her happy. And no, it was an amazing couple. He was a jeweler. He was the jeweler of Hassan, the king of Morocco.
Wow.
Yeah. Salamou. We admired him, That's why it was so difficult to be his boss, because when he was, the father of Roger is coming, we were kind of. No, I studied with many of the closed students, like Johannan Rembrandt. He was in Ruti Alon and Miriam. She's amazing. And Miriam Pfeffer and Chava and many of the older generation. But my main teacher is Jeremy Krauss.
Yes, who I met. I met him in 2019.
He sent me a picture.
He's amazing. He was quite young when he met Dr. Feldenkrais, right? Yes, we were very young.
Yeah. I think at the age of 18, he already went to Tel Aviv to meet Dr. Feldenkrais. Yeah,
And
he
of course,
started
his
very
music
young and he's still very active.
very active.
He's still creating new things every day and new ideas every day. And he's still developing. He's very much devoted to the children abilities. That's what he's devoted to. And he's an amazing teacher.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. I met him in 2019 when he had gone to Hong Kong to give this workshop to a friend of mine who was based in Hong Kong. And the work that he did, the Feldenkrais method is a foundation, but everybody can have a different take on it for what works. So how we saw Anat Banyel work on children was very much different from Jeremy's the style. But what I saw with Jeremy was he was working on a child with Down syndrome who didn't know how to kneel. She didn't know how to go down on one knee and then stand up again. It just was not in her hologram at all. Her brain did not know how to organize herself in order to have the outcome of kneeling on one knee. And he had done something for just 10 minutes, following her around the mat and, just doing his magic. And suddenly she could kneel on one knee. And later she could still do it even if you say kneel, and she would do it just because it had organized already in her brain. And the mother was in tears because, these small things that we take for granted, that kids with exceptional abilities, they don't have this ability to, to do what we normally take for granted. And for us, for the parents, it was quite miraculous. And that was just like a 10-minute session with a child. Amazing.
This is JKA.
Yes.
This is Jeremy's work, but this is also Jeremy's method. Yeah, Jeremy does it better than all of us, much better than all of us, but still, if you practice JKA, this magic's happen all the time.
Yes.
It's working. It's working for sure. I can tell you, I can guarantee you, it's working. I've doing it for years. JKA, it's a fascinating method that help kids build their abilities right away.
Right away. That is the key. Right away.
Right away. New abilities develop and emerge right away.
So what would you say, Eris, is the intrinsic difference between his method and what other practitioners are sticking more to the traditional Feldenkrais method?
Well, JK give like you saw exactly a clear results, immediate clear results that the brain can understand and use. You have a new skill. You have a new ability. You can do it by yourself now. And this usually happens very fast.
Yeah.
When we do Feldenkrais, so let's say I work with a child on Feldenkrais, especially when I work with mothers online or even not online. I'm not teaching them JKA. I'm doing Feldenkrais. And this changed many things that open for the child many new possibilities, but it will happen by himself. The simplest example, if we reduce spasticity, and this is one of our biggest tools in the Feldenkrais method, always, doesn't matter if it goes to JKA, Anat, Chava, Mia Segal, we are all experts in reducing spasticity right away. And you can see, and you can learn research about it, that the minute you reduce spasticity, the child is more open, the eyes are better, the mouth is better, there is more chance for use of the tongue, communication is better, concentration is better, awareness of the surrounding is better. It's not anything specific, but it will change also right away, by the way. Right away, you will get most cases, all these aspects I mentioned will be better after when you just reduce spasticity. And why it works so fast? Because the kid usually they go to physical therapy, they stretch and they stretch and they stretch and they struggle, and also they suffer mentally. But even if not, all this stretching create more tension. They fight. The physiotherapist try to stretch. They fight back. They get more spastic. Year by year, they get more spastic. It creates pain.
Right.
So this is so I can say we work differently in a way that we make the whole body better, and this allow many things to appear. And in JKA, we are very specific. I look at the child, I see his abilities, and I say, oh, this child can walk. They don't know it yet. Will he ever walk? I smile to myself. He will walk today. Why? Because I use Jeremy techniques. It's true. Or I use Medek techniques,
Right.
which is also a fascinating method. And really, it's so fast the way professional Medek people work. It's unbelievable. I went to make the Medek course just because I wanted to see, is it really so fast like we see in the videos? I couldn't believe. And it is.
And it is. Wow.
It is. It's not just a show for Instagram. Medek works like magic right away.
Yes, I saw that. And where did you learn that? Which country is Medek?
Medek I learned with Adrian. Adrian's, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's one of the most famous Medek in the world. And he's originally from Romania. He's a very young man, 30 years old or something like this. He's a phenomenon therapist. And he's like a computer, but a computer with a good heart. Are you busy with the cat? Or?
No, I'm looking for Medek because I know I kind of found, I saw it on Facebook. There's some.
Instagram is full of millions of videos of Medek. They're most, of course, it's nice to see Ramon Cuvas.
Okay, you're also certified.
That's the name. It's Cuvas Medek. That's his name.
Got it.
Because
Okay.
it's Ramon Cuvas. And he's a genius, very simple. He created something which is really, it's working like magic. It's working, the kids change immediately,
Wow.
right away. And you see
How
kids that
different-
couldn't do, what?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
No, it's completely different approach, completely different from the Feldenkrais way that you have to be secure and to start where it's easy. Not at all.
Really?
It's the opposite way to attract, to make the brain active.
Is it different from physical therapy?
Very different. It's completely different. It has nothing to do with traditional physical therapy. Maybe some, but no. They are creating situations that you have to adjust. And there are hundreds of exercises for different positions that the therapist creates situation of almost survival that you have to adjust. And the brain just adjusts.
Right.
Like magic, right away. Sometimes they even cry and they continue. There is a beautiful video of Ramon Cuvas working with a child. And we say, no, how can he work with a child who is crying? We are Feldenkrais, we are JKA. When the child is crying, we must stop. And you see, he continued, but he's Ramon Cuvas, he's full of love. And even if the child is crying, you see that he's surrounded by love. And after just less than a minute, the child is standing in the first time in his life, and he's so shocked, he stopped crying.
Oh my gosh.
And he's standing by himself.
Right. And
Just like that.
yeah, Feldenkrais and ABM, we have to wait for the process. It takes, be patient, give it space and everything. But for you, it's like, I mean, if the child can stand, the child can stand.
Yeah, he can stand, that's all. It's an ability.
Yeah, it's an ability.
That's what we want. One of the things we want the child to do is to balance on his legs, to be upright on his leg and stand by himself.
Right. But do you also teach then the child the Feldenkrais way of transitioning from sitting to standing and
It
sitting?
depends of the child, what we need.
Right. You don't
It
have
depends of the child.
like red.
I don't focus. For me, it's not the most important. Not standing and not walking and not sitting. For me, the most important is the person. I don't care if he will walk or not. I care, but this is not the most important. For me, this is most important. Communication. For me, the most important that he will be able to use his tongue.
Yes.
For me, the most important that he will understand imitation. Mirror neurons. That's the most important for me. That's number one for me. That he will feel safe from touch. That he will feel safe for parents that admire him. That he will feel safe from the right compliments. That he will feel safe with compliments with details. That tell him, your hands are very beautiful. Even if he can do nothing, for me, he's doing a lot. Even if you just do this, oh, it's so nice how you moved your head. So this is for me to empower the child is most important. Of course, standing on the legs is empowering, but you can see kids that they walk, but they don't communicate.
Right.
They can walk, but they can walk like a little like a machine without the soul. without really opening their soul to life. And this is for me, it's not the work. My work is that he will be here with us, that we will know how to be here with him.
Yes.
This is the most important for me. And for this, we always need the tongue. Because I can be blind, I can be without legs and hands, but I need to learn how to use my mouth for breathing. It's the most important function. For drinking, second most important function. For eating, this function, if you don't function, you die. For love, you make love with your mouth. You make love with your tongue.
Right.
We need our tongue. And maybe the most important one, or not the most important, some people speak 10 languages, 20 languages, which means the brain can have so much space to develop control of the tongue.
That's true.
Walking, it's very simple, almost banal. But how many things a person can do with his tongue? Right now, I have to coordinate the liquid in my mouth, the air that go in and out, the words, the ideas, right? All with my tongue.
That's brilliant.
So for me, the tongue is the most important. And why imitation? Why neurons? Because that's how we learn.
Exactly.
So if I just do movement, but I don't understand the concept of imitation, my life is completely blocked.
Right.
It's not only human, it's also animals.
Yes.
We all have mirror neuron. Actually, they found it out in a chimpanzee, not on a. We don't know how far it goes, but mirror neurons are crucial. So for me, activating the mirror neurons is the most important, not Feldenkrais, not ABN, not Medek. My work has changed in the years according to my feelings and belief. I'm using all these methods, but what I'm looking for is the child, how to be connected with his own personality. And the minute you start imitating a child, I don't tell him, do like me, because he doesn't understand what it means to do like me. I imitate him. Every sound, every movement of the eyes, every movement of the hand, everything the child is doing, I imitate. And then usually, not always, after some time, he kind of give a little smile. Most cases, they start to understand. And I repeat it again and again, again and again, until I'm sure he understands the mirror neuron concept. He understands imitation. That's how we learn. That's how we connect. If I don't have it, I will not also know your emotions. How do I know as a person if you feel good or not without mirror neurons? I want the child to be present.
Right.
I don't care, to be honest, I don't care if he will need an electric wheelchair.
Yes.
But I care that he will be present. Electric wheelchair, it's working. I saw kids that they go so fast. I have a child in California that I work with since COVID time. But now she's doing so many things. She may always use this wheelchair. She may never walk, but she has to do everything else.
Right.
She's writing, she's reading, she's speaking, she's communicating. She helps grandma in the kitchen cooking. So she doesn't work.
Yeah.
She go from room to room like this. She do. That's all.
And she's happy in that. Yeah.
That's what she knows. She doesn't know how to walk. She doesn't know she has to walk.
I love that so much. I love that so much. It's like you can't put them in our box, right? You can't put them in our timeline. You can't have all of these expectations of them, but to meet them where they're at, to allow them to bloom where they're planted, and we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And this is all can be done at home. All I'm telling you, you don't need a therapist. You don't need to spend money. People, sometimes I'm in St. Petersburg. They fly from Moscow. I say, why do you spend time? I will be in Moscow next week.
Right.
Why
I thought that, Eris.
So much effort, but this is what I'm creating. Is something that parents can do, that parents can. Let's help grandma is today with the child. She can also do this. Patidichok, the limba, the zunge, whatever. The tongue. It's always in the tongue. One more thing about the tongue. Interesting. In Chinese medicine, you can practice. The tongue is the sperm of the heart of the brain. I will say it again. In Chinese medicine, the tongue is the sperm of the heart of the brain.
Wow.
I check myself with a quite big Chinese doctor, what I do, also the Feldenkrais things, And he is explaining to me what I'm doing in terms of Chinese medicine. Yes, so he can tell me, oh, today you work on this. When you work on speaking, you make the liver stronger. And it's kind of amazing to see these connections, how we come from my perspective, and he explained to me what I'm doing in his perspective.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, he is brilliant to teach me. He said he never done it before, but when he sees older than me, he's very experienced Chinese doctor, almost retired, and we are friends for many years. And actually, we plan a tour in China next year together.
Yeah, and it's all connected. I'm sure Dr. Feldenkrais would have been a little bit more open with that if he had known about Chinese medicine and the connections or
I'm from the judo.
something. Oh, exactly. He came from judo and he also jujitsu as well. But the mirror neurons, which is brilliant, this is another overlap that I'm seeing, is I'm not sure if you've heard of the polyvagal theory. It's a theory created,
After.
authored by Stephen Porges, the polyvagal theory.
It's after his time.
Yes, after his time. But it's something that I could connect with the more mirror neurons is there's something about the facial nerves, the cranial nerves, especially the muscles. So there are 5 cranial nerves that are connected to something we call social engagement. So as mammals, we look very much for facial cues for the prosody and melody of the voice, the tonality and body language. Even without words, we already know and feel if a person is connected with us or not. And it happens in 30 milliseconds. It happens very, very quickly. But our faces, like the expressions that we have, are connected with each other. And a baby learns through the mother's facial expressions, the eye contact, her voice, and her, gestures. This is very much neurobiologically connected to their development. And that's why the mother and child need to be together 24, at least the first 3 years as the neurons are sparking this way through that connection. And so it happens fast because we're wired for this connection with other humans, which I think is brilliant. And you demonstrated it just today, like how fast it is, especially the human connection. In this world of AI and this world of Zoom and everything, the human touch is really so healing. But I'm hearing that you are able to deliver this work even online, which for me is brilliant, like teaching the mother how to deliver the work through your instruction.
Just yesterday I was watching a video of Beatrice Bibi. You know the work of Beatrice Bibi, of course. She is the researcher that made frame by frame this connection between mother and child.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. She has this lab, and she's the one who did it really. That shows what you just described now. These little millimeters of seconds. What happened? How many conversation a mother and a child are doing in a second?
Yes.
And the mother relaxes him, and she's showing it. It's amazing to see her work. Actually, one of my teachers was a student of Beatrice Bibi in New York. But what you said about giving it in Zoom, it's another big, psychologist. It's Heinz Kohut. And Kohut say empathy is like oxygen. Empathy, it's oxygen.
Wow.
And empathy we can give in Zoom. Yes, it's true. It's true. You can give the child. Look, I work a lot in Zoom. I have a child, Nicole, Ukrainian child. There are many Ukrainians now in Europe, and she doesn't lift her head. This is her normal position. She doesn't lift her head. When I just see her on Zoom, and and I tell her, Nicole, I want to see your beautiful eyes. I want to see your beautiful smile. She is lifting the head, and for a short time, she has enough strength in her back and in her neck to lift her head just because, and she knows me. She know I really want to see her beautiful smile.
Right. Oh, that's beautiful.
So, yeah, we can give empathy in Zoom. We can give empathy without Zoom. You can feel people empathy, even if sometimes I'm sad, I'm depressed or this. Immediately, I get a message from a mother. Always.
Oh, yeah.
Look what you did. Look how my child is better. The mother senses it. One mother with somewhere,
Yes.
and I'm a little broke, immediately I get messages from others. How do they know? They know. They need me alive. They need my empathy back. Oh,
Yeah.
they cheer me up.
We're so connected, aren't we?
Yeah.
Absolutely connected.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
Zoom
think
is
they
just a tool.
Zoom is just a tool. Yeah, actually, that's the magic of humans. We can generate, self-generate compassion and empathy and feelings, right? We can, even if we're not in the same place physically. Yeah.
Look, we have just met.
I know. I
It's
know.
easy.
Absolutely. I mean,
But why do you think it's about human? It's not only human.
yeah, it's mammals.
Things are connected.
The mycelium, it's called the wood wide web.
Mushrooms are connected all over.
The mycelium.
Yeah, we know trees that if you hurt one tree in the beginning of the forest, the one at the end of the forest already knows and senses it. One branch of a tree and kilometers for there, the other trees they already know and they feel stress.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite books by Peter Voleben. It's called The Hidden Life of Trees, where he talks about this kind of maternal work and this kind of community work. And in a book that I read by, I believe it was I forget her name now, Lynn McTaggart. She made some sort of experiment where because when plants cry, it's supersonic. So we cannot hear it. But they created some sort of experiment where when you cut the leaf of one plant at home, the other plants are screaming, but we can't hear it. Yeah, and so that's it. That proves the argument that plants are sentient beings.
Of course.
Feel.
Also, we know research more than 5 years, almost 10 years, I think, that they're sensitive to touch. They grow better with touch.
They do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
They do, they do. I love plants so much. I love them so much. And animals too. So yes, they do. They're very
It's all the same, kind of different and the same.
yeah, it exists in nature. Yes, absolutely. And it's all about connection. It's really all about connection.
So that's why I think, yeah, it's okay if someone carries you, but you want to be connected. You don't want to be alone.
Exactly.
That's why the tongue is important. That's why, because you become lonely.
Right.
Being lonely is very sad.
Yes. And it's a great big conflict for us to be, especially, yeah, to be alone in the world. Absolutely.
Without connection, I work with autistic kids. Many kids, they're isolated. And that's what I work on, communication. I want them to enjoy therapy. I want them to enjoy life.
How would you work with an autistic child? Because we have so many of them.
I will explain in a second how everything comes together when I work with autistic child. But I want one more thing about this empowering of the kids, about the communication. Because what I want really to show the child, even if he doesn't walk, he doesn't do this, that he has power. He really has power.
Yeah.
And this is very easy by very simple examples. For example, when the child smiles, I'll give you sometimes I see the child so ask the mother, how is he at home? Is he smiling or, yeah, he's smiling a lot. Not always, but most cases, yeah, of course, he's secure at home and he smiles. And then usually the child give a little smile. I say, and then when he gives it, oh, of course your smile is beautiful. All smiles are beautiful. I'm not cheating. Then I show him, I point out the fact, look how powerful is your smile. Just the second you smile, you make all of us around you happy. You have the power to change the world with a little smile. The whole world around you is changing when you smile. Your mother is happy, your therapist is happy, your grandmother is happy. You have power.
Yes.
And this is important. You have power. And power, it's not by walking. It can be by smiling.
It's so
You have power to change the world. And I emphasize it. When it's make even a little sound, I said, look, it's so beautiful how you speak. You make us happy when you speak. Your voice is beautiful. Immediately the child make more sounds. And when he make more sounds, because our sound is supportive and supported, he listen to more sounds. He's creating something new from himself. And it's the same. Your voice is beautiful. You make us happy. Making people happy is a great power. And you have this power. And I'm not cheating, it's true. I'm teaching him that he has power by smiling. All of us has power by smiling. You know it.
Yes,
And
there's a
you go somewhere and you smile, things goes better.
yes, and it can be explained neurobiologically. There's when you smile, there is serotonin and oxytocin that happens
Yes,
between
yes,
the two.
yes,
It's
exactly.
very powerful.
Yes, it's very powerful, and they have this power. I wanted to go home with power. I wanted to go home with something that it's inner power.
Absolutely. And I love that because, I mean, the conditions by which they have special needs might have been a very disempowering situation for them where they didn't feel safe. So empowering them that way, motivating them will help them learn faster, better because they're safe too.
And also, some people are afraid from them. Some people turn their eyes away. Many teens are afraid from them and turns their eyes away. So the more we want to be attractive. It's normal. We want to be attractive, and smiling child is more attractive.
Much more. Smiling men and women too are more attractive.
No, that's right. But I want to teach him since he's a child. Okay, you have things which are very difficult for you, and there are some things that you may ever be able to do. But you want people to love you,
Right.
and this smiling helps.
It's such a gift, isn't it? Such a
Smiling, yes.
gift. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And I think we're, cats and dogs, they don't really smile, but I think it's a gift of humans. Of course, the primates can, but it's different with us. It's kind of a
I think dog smiles.
yeah, they can.
At first, I'm sure they understand smiling,
They do.
but I think dogs have enough humor.
Yeah, more than cats. They have more expression than cats, that's for sure.
They are more autistic. They don't care about us. We just serve them. They are kind of the kings of
Oh,
the world.
aren't they? Yes, they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, because they are so beauty. So what can we do? Just admire them.
Yeah. So what you're saying, I love everything that you're saying because the children and I'm very very passionate about children and children's diseases, and we all know, well, at least us, we know that there are no such thing really as childhood diseases. They are mostly a perception of separation from their loved ones, from their mother most of all, which makes them feel very unsafe. And when they're unsafe, they cannot learn, they do not thrive or grow, they cannot develop. But the first thing is connection makes children feel safe. And from there, they can spark new neurons and learn new things. And it's my feeling that they feel so safe with you because you make them feel really good and you empower them. And that helps them, get to wherever they need to, maybe a little bit more easily.
Well, the truth is that I don't see the problem. This is the truth. It's not a show. It's not no matter what he has, whether it's autism, what is the diagnosis. I don't care what is the diagnosis, to be honest. I see, and it's not, I don't see them this way. I really don't see it. I meet a person, and well, if he's not okay, maybe he's afraid from the situation, maybe he has bad memories, maybe he has stomach ache, or maybe, I don't know, something bothered him on the way, so he's not happy now. But we're going to spend 40 minutes together. We want to enjoy. So we want to have a good time together, to know each other. And for me, knowing each other, because the potential is unlimited. How do I know the potential is unlimited? If a person is alive, billions of things are working coordinately, billions. To make this process alive, it's so complicated. Sure, some things don't work, but also for me, some things don't work. And in the way I see myself, I'm a disabled child. I'm a disabled person. I don't see the difference. For me, every person I see has more potential than me. He's better than me. So I come with this, and it's really, so if he has pain, look, what is you said about how they feel safe. For me, I use the Feldenkrais method, completely another way from the story I told you before, technically, mechanically. I think he has pain. Okay, he has pain. I see him like this. And for me, I see the pain. I see pain in the shoulders. I see pain in the chest. I see pain. And what I want to tell you, look, It's not only that I see your pain. I know tricks from Dr. Feldenkrais to give you relief from your pain. And it's not only I know how to do it, I know how to teach your mother to do it. And I start, and slowly, he starts sensing the pain is going away. I can move my hand. And I show him, you can move your hand. And I do with the mother together. Look, Mom can do it for you. I don't wait 4 years till she will finish her studies. I do it now, right away, after 1 minute. You're afraid, don't worry, stay on Mommy. You don't have to be on the table. Mommy will show you. And I show Mommy.
Ah, yes, I do that.
Pay attention to the ribs. Just pay attention to the ribs. How the ribs close on one side and they open on the other side. He feels the relief right away.
Yes.
Of course he wants to speak with me after.
I feel it. You know, you're just talking about it. I feel the relief, you know?
This is what we do. So he was big, Mr. Feldenkrais. He was a big man in heart and in brain. So there are so many things to take from him that I can use.
So many.
And I use and I take what I understand and I use in a different way. I never heard him speaking about the pain, but you know, we are human also. We have our own brain. I know that to be in a pain alone for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, it's terrible.
It is, yeah.
You go to therapists and
Yeah, exactly.
and someone tell him, I have now it's my vacations day, but still I couldn't resist Muslim from London. And she was pleased. And I know next time, it's just in October, I said, okay, I will make lessons with you this week. Why she contact me? Because I wrote something about eyes exercises to do at home. But she told me, but my child never opened the eyes. He's 9 years old and his eyes are closed.
Wow.
No, he's opening. We already do 2.5 days. The eyes are open. But this is Feldenkrais. And she's doing, not me. I'm here. And I have to tell the mothers, look, I'm here. It's not my hands. You did it.
Amazing.
You can do it. And this is the point. You can do it.
Right.
That's the point for me, that the mother will understand. You can do it.
Yeah. I love that because, you know, when I went through ABM, Anat Banyal method, the mothers are usually encouraged to go through the program like we did. We went through a three-year program. And so we get the impression that you're supposed to go through a training program and be a practitioner, be certified before you can even work.
Minutes. 3 minutes. We have results. 3 minutes.
Please.
And I tell you honestly, it's not even 3 minutes. It's like you said, it's a split of a second. The minute you get the child, yeah, it's a millisecond to follow something, to observe your eye, to observe your smile. He's inside with you.
Right.
And then it's on. You created something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Simple. That's fantastic.
It's very simple. It's all about love. That's why it's so simple.
My gosh, yes.
It's all about love. It's all about love.
I'm so happy.
No,
you.
but it's all about love. That's for me. That's all about love. Love and self-love. What we want the child to love himself.
That's right.
That's the gift we want to give him. You are great.
I love that.
That's the only gift we want to give him. You are great. You are an amazing person.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's it.
No matter what you heard in your life about you, but you're an amazing person just because you are. That's the whole story.
Exactly. I love
That's the whole story. And that's what we want to tell him. And I believe in it. I don't lie.
See how powerful it is?
When I say to the child, your eyes are beautiful, I never seen eyes which are not beautiful. I don't lie to the child when I tell him your eyes are very beautiful. I want to see your eyes. I want to meet you. I want to know you.
They all know. Also, if you're telling the truth or not, they can feel your energy. They know. Yeah. That is so beautiful. I can already feel why your work is so powerful. Lately, I think you posted something with a mother in Africa and the baby is on her calves. So the mother has her legs long and the baby is like this on her calves and she's rolling her legs right and left. So the baby is also rolling. And I said, my gosh, you could just, any possibility. You don't even need a table. You just use the best thing ever, your mother's body.
No, you don't need a table. The table is a big mistake for parents. Big mistake. No need to use a table. No, really. If you see how a chimpanzee teaching his child to stand up, they lie on the back, they put their legs on the hips, they hold their hands, the child are facing them, and they push him. So they straight the legs and bend the legs, straight the legs and bend the legs while they are holding the hands of the baby. Again, they lie on the back, the baby is above them, so they hold in their hands and they put their feet against his pelvis. So they straight the pelvis, pelvis goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. They smile to each other.
Is that where Medek was based out of? Some of those first.
No, Medek is completely different. Medek is interesting enough to watch more and to learn more. If you want contacts, I'll give you contacts. It's important because it's important for us not to be, oh, Feldenkrais. Dr. Feldenkrais was not this. Dr. Feldenkrais was not someone, oh, we're allowed to do only this and this.
Right.
Feldenkrais tried to do whatever he saw it's a good idea. He tried. Limited. Yeah, with Erdogan, it doesn't matter. He never limited his thinking and said, no, this is the only way. No, that's not Feldenkrais' way. That's the opposite of Feldenkrais' way.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I find it. I know there's a lot of politics and stuff about it, but yeah, but
This is
it is very boring. Yes, and very irrelevant. Yeah. So, Eris, can the mothers here, for example, so I work with the mothers here, but it would be really beautiful to have an online session. Are you able to work with, let's say, people from mothers from the Philippines to work with you online?
I used to work.
One-on-one or a workshop or something, or
Whatever. I tell you how it works. First, if we want to create something that we can share with other parents, but really we work deductively, and one mother or few mothers are willing to be the models, and we work and we show, we do it for free. I tell you honestly, if parents are taking responsibility, parents that you know they are responsible enough, that we can make few sessions, and these sessions we can share with other parents in the Philippines or all over. I don't want to get paid for it. This is really something that I don't know what is the Philippines. I don't know cost of living or stuff like this. I don't want even to go into it. I used to have many people from the Philippines coming. We always have problem of Wi-Fi. We had problems for communication. They understand English, but they are shy to speak English. So I didn't know if they understand or not. So if you are willing to be this bridge, that we can give more parents from the Philippines some tools to understand more these things that you can do at home, I would be so happy to do it.
my gosh,
That's the
a
truth.
dream.
If someone wants private lesson, he can afford private lesson, he can always contact me. This is no
Okay.
problem. This is
That-
you give my number, they contact me, people contact me this is the first time I didn't work in London for years online.
Okay.
And now I'm working in London this week. And some places I work, I work in Kenya for 6 years. Since COVID started, I have a student. So I don't care where people come from. Because,
That.
so it's like where people can pay, they pay. We cannot pay, they don't pay. It's not important. It's all about love.
It's all about love. Oh my gosh. I am honored to be that bridge for you.
It's not important, really. It's more important to be precise and to manage to share the knowledge in a way that they will take something. Not all of it. I don't expect parents to understand everything in one session, but the nicest thing I can tell you, I work with a grandmother in California. Maybe we finish with this. And the nicest thing is to see she's bringing the ideas now. I don't have to bring the ideas. She understands. She knows what is the next. She know her grandchild. Let's do this. I watch. Cool. Cool. Yeah. She understood how I think, how I search, how we look for new things. She has enough confidence in her child, in herself, and she's bringing the stuff to the lessons.
That's amazing.
So it's a process, and that's the best. They are
Right.
developing. They don't really need me. They want, so I give the push, but they don't need me anymore. They are searching by themselves, the whole family, and they're finding the right things for their grandchild. That's the amazing thing.
Yeah, that gives me a lot of hope because ABM, Anat, also had an online program for parents called Through Your Hands. And we tried it out, but it didn't, somehow, for some reason, it didn't work as well as I'm hearing you say it did for you. I'm not sure why, but right now I am just so motivated to get this program going and to learn from you also how to facilitate it online because it can have its challenges. It's much easier in person. However, if you're able to teach it in a format where everybody can learn, I think that that would be the most optimal for.
Look, let's do something online small. I reminding you from December 15th to April 15th, I'm in the East, Thailand and Vietnam. It makes Manila close. It makes Manila close, much closer than from Berlin. And let's keep it in mind. It will really work. Okay? I
Yes.
think it's enough. About autistic kids, it's a whole new story. And if I come or because this is not a story, it's more complicated. It's much more complicated. Watch a little my last posts about with autistic kids.
Okay. All right. And so, Eris, how can people watching get in touch with you? The best way, is it through social media or do you prefer through email?
I don't care. No, mail, I don't use email. I
Okay.
use it only when I have to. No.
Okay.
Or WhatsApp or Messenger. WhatsApp is the best. You have my number
Yes.
because Messenger, I have more than one account, so I don't always follow. But of
Okay.
course, social media is okay, but the best is just WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Okay. And I have your
You have my number. It's the simplest. Let's make it eye
Sim-
to eye level. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well,
It's like
thank you so much.
yeah. One more sentence, maybe. Why it's like this. Like we want to give the kids, they give us a lot. What they give us? They give us a place to use our abilities, to use our thinking, to give our emotions, to be together as a group supporting someone. These kids, they give us the opportunity to be good people, to do good things. They give us big opportunity for our being, for our well-being. Of course, I could just do something and make my money and this and this, but they give us this opportunity to live.
That's so beautiful.
And it's true. And to do together and to meet like we meet now in order to try and do something better. So it's not only that we are giving, we are having a place. They give us a whole space to be.
My gosh, I am so speechless. That is just so profoundly beautiful. My gosh. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for you and for giving us your time. And you are such a gift and I look forward to us working together maybe in person.
Yeah, but I want also to learn from you next time. I did all the speaking, but next time
Yes.
I interview you. I want to learn about you.
Thank you so much. We'll make some time for that.
Yeah.
But right now, I am just very honored to have you on this platform and for people to know about you, that you exist, who you are, and for giving us hope. Thank you so much for that.
It was great to see you.
Likewise. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much. It was so wonderful to have Eris here, and there's a chance that he might be in the Philippines. We're gonna see how we can arrange that. Thank you so much, Eris. Thank you, and you too. Thank you, everybody.